Oh crap, I keep forgetting that I am on. Hello again. I'm gonna stop there. This is Dibs, whatever you want to call me. Step, or whatever. Playing the nonary games. Now, I've already played part 1 of both games. 999 is with my friends who have no clue about the game. And Virtual's Last Reward is just with me. So as you can tell, I'm by myself. So tonight we are playing Virtual's Last Reward Part 2. Now this is going to be exciting. I do love this game to bits. Let's just watch the opening. The weirdest thing is I don't know who my favourite character is. I honestly have no clue. Zero Junior does not count because he's automatically my favourite. But out of the actual people that I have to attempt to trust, and we are continuing. That one. Yes. Hmm? Now, I'm trying to remember where I am up to. Where did I go to again? Was it Cyan room?
No.
Or the magenta? I wanted to originally go into the magenta.
Look at the screen. There's something there.
Screen? The MX game will now begin. To enter your vote, please touch Start button on your screen. Once you have entered your vote, the door will lock automatically. It will not open again until polling period has finished. Loud. Intensify! Moving closer to the freaking microphone because I don't know how loud I am. Guinea decided to follow, so hi to puppy.
Yep.
See?
Everybody's finally here!
Oh my god, the freaking rabbit puns! The rabbit puns!
bombarding me with questions. The other people in the other rooms are asking me stuff just like you are, Siggy. I guess you probably
Siggy.
heard them since these rooms are completely soundproof, but VO is especially loud. For real, VO, I need you to shut up.
Freaking Dio.
There isn't much time. I gotta hurry and explain all this stuff, or the game will end before I'm done.
See, this is very confusing, this game. I'm already confused.
No more questions from now on. No answers for anybody, okay?
Anybody.
Now, let's get
You
this party
just have to
started.
wait.
Let me tell you about the AB.
I've got a question. Why is there a whole bunch of Monokuma plushies that you can get, but there's like nearly, I think there is absolutely no Zero Junior? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
You're obviously going to have an opinion. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everyone.
That just reminds me of the movie Battle Royale.
Will be a one-on-one battle. Mono and mono, or mono and womano.
You know, it's good. He doesn't assume genders.
Well, there are two things you need to hear, aren't there? So it'll be more of a 2-on-1 battle, I guess. I imagine you're all wondering who your opponent is going to be. It's actually really easy. You'll be competing against whoever you paired up with to go through the chromatic doors. For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Ken Yodi and went through the yellow door, didn't they?
Yes.
But Siggy and Fido will be playing against Ten Mjolnir.
Oh.
And it goes the other way too. Ten Mjolnir's opponent will be Siggy and Fido.
Great.
Obviously, that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be Mooney.
Oh, I was about to say, who's Potassium? That's K, not guy. And Cleaver, the Clover enemy will be Mooney. Mooney is Luna.
Dio and Quirk's enemy will be
And Dio and
Alice.
Quirk's enemy will be Alice. Okay.
Enemy isn't really the right word, is it? After
I don't know.
If you choose ally, then they're your ally. What? Don't get it? Well, don't worry. Just listen while Zero the Third explains it all.
I fucking love Dio. I mean, not Dio, Zero. I'm tired, okay? I can't believe I just said that.
You should see A, ally, and B, betray on it. Do
I
you?
think I'm gonna go ally. Honestly.
All you guys have to do is pick! Just pick one of those easy options!
Options? He just said options. Like, Monokuma doesn't do as many fair puns as I wish. This is just putting the puns to the extreme.
The plus and minus are for your point of view. Let's say you choose ally, and so choose opponent. You get to and so will they. And you'll all get a nice warm, fuzzy feeling inside. We call that the best pals outcome. Just a smile on your face, and then next is the choice. If you choose ally, but your opponent chooses to betray. If that happens, you lose 2 BP, and they get 3. We call that the stupid jerk face outcome.
The stupid jerk face.
Somebody did that to me. I'd skin them and stew them with some taters. The third choice is the opposite of that. It's when you choose betray, but your nice, innocent opponent chooses ally. This time, you're the one who gets 3 BP, and they're the one who loses 2. We call that the serves them right outcome.
Ooh.
I mean, what were they thinking? Choosing ally was a stupid choice, and there's nothing for you to feel guilty about. And finally, the very last scenario. This is when you choose betray. If that happens, neither of you get to lose him. Absolutely zero change for you two.
We call this the why even bother outcome. As the game master here, this is the situation I want to avoid the most.
You're probably wondering about the pairs, aren't you?
Yes.
Let me explain. Remember how I told you that both people in a pair share a destiny? Well, that applies here too. The two of you only get one vote. You get to choose once between ally or betray.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you split your points, though. You both get 3 points, or lose 2 points, or whatever. In other words, what you see on this chart is what you get.
Okay. I think I'm gonna trust him.
Okay, then. I think that about does it for the basic rule. Actually, it'll just have to wait, I guess. After all, it's almost time.
Hey, wait.
No. I won't wait and I can't wait. Didn't you hear me? It is time.
He's a good character.
Until Ambidex's game polling closes.
You see, it's time for me to be hopping on out. See you later. Have a nice
Bye. Have nice drama.
We don't have time to talk about this.
That's probably
Rock, paper,
one of my
scissors.
favorite quotes now.
We have to decide who's gonna press the button. Just shut up and do it. 1, 2... Scissors.
Okay. Looks like I
Damn
won.
it. So what are you gonna pick?
I guess
We're playing
ally?
against Tenmyoji. Do you have any reason to think he won't betray you?
I guess not.
If he does, what does that make our BP?
We'd be down to 1 point each. But that's not hopeless. I mean, sure, we'll be a little further away from the goal, but all we gotta do is earn
And
some
when will we
points
do that?
back. Okay, well, I don't actually know, but it's pretty obvious that we'll be playing this game more than once. After all, we can't get 9 BP if we don't.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex's game polling closes.
Well, you won. The decision's
Cool.
yours. Now decide. Ally or betray?
3,
Ally.
2, 1.
In the last moment before the counter reached 0, I made my choice. Ally. Vote has been recorded. Please wait.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed. Thank you for your participation.
Oh, in the warehouse where
Ambidex
everybody
gates
can.
now opening.
So excited. It's so cool. As Fi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running towards the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer. Tenmyoji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that?
So you chose ally, huh?
You don't get to complain. I won,
Not
remember?
complaining. I just think you're being a little soft-hearted.
Oh, you worry too much. I'm sure Tenmyoji. There we go. I said his name right, which is actually his last name, by the way, if you haven't figured that out yet. Chose ally
See,
too.
That's what I'm talking about. You don't have any facts, just misguided optimism.
Yo, what's up? Siggy! Hey, what are you kids doing over there?
Oh, fuck, I fucking love him.
Announce the results.
We're talking here.
Fine.
Looks like you're all here. Finally.
Yeah, finally.
Ready to roll!
Mm-hmm.
Ambidex game! Round 1! All results!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Oh. Ooh. I'm getting excited. Ooh, it's the cover thingy. Betray, ally, betray, ally, ally. Betray. Oh, the motherfucker. Why? Why did they betray? I'm just gonna team up with Linda and Alice from now on because those are poor things. I'm disappointed in Clover. Why did she betray?
Here are the results. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelet.
I'm so ticked.
Sigma. Phi. Sorry.
Why? Temyoji, why? I trusted you.
Said I was sorry.
That's not gonna fucking... Sorry,
I told you.
I'm really
A
pissed.
soft heart is the easiest to break. Do you understand what kind of game this is now?
Yes, now. Just tell me one thing, Temyoji. Why did you do it?
Are you serious? Someone's dead, and not just dead, murdered. I got no reason to think that murderer wasn't one of you. Only an idiot trusts someone he's never met when there's a killer on the loose. You think I had a choice? Right.
I forgot about that. He's very triggered right now because I know spoilers. And this isn't my fault. I just sort of realized when reading fanfiction. This is spoilers, so go ahead like in 10 seconds. Temyoji is actually Junpei, and the girl that died was June, or I forgot her real name, but yeah, there we go. I needed to get it out.
Tired.
From a different, time thingy majiggy. It's weird. Temyoji shuffled off the same weight I'd seen earlier, sitting heavy on his shoulders. It was only then that I noticed an angry voice nearby.
Hey,
That
what the
was...
hell is this?
Hey, look, lady, I was gonna choose Al, I swear to God. But just as I'm about to do it, this little bastard runs in and hits the betray button.
What?
Oh, come on. Really gonna just try and play it dumb, huh? You're a manipulative little twerp, aren't you?
Quark, is he telling the truth? Were you the...
No.
I didn't do anything! I didn't have a chance to do anything before Mr. Dio pressed the button! I'm telling the truth! I promise!
Oh, the poor kid.
Sure, kid. What?
I don't trust Dio.
Innocent act isn't gonna work.
No! Fine. You just wait.
Alice turned on her heel and stormed off before Quake could reply, leaving him alone with Dio.
This is all your fault.
My fault? Why are you blaming me? How could you do that, Mr. Dio? You're a jerk.
He is. He really is. I moved away silently to let them stare daggers at one another. It seems that theirs wasn't the only team facing some friction, however.
We aren't trying to blame you.
But, I mean, if you just think about it, wouldn't it make sense to choose betray?
Forget it. I understand now. It was silly of me to trust you guys.
The air in the room seemed to turn thick and sour, hanging over us with a brooding, angry cloud. It was a grim omen of darker times to come.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Well, you said round 1. If there's a round 1, then there's likely a round 2.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP?
Now, let me change things, okay? I need to go out My dog's wanting to go out and I want a drink. So, I'm just going to pause here. So if anyone comes, just message, say, hey, this person's just off for a bit. Okay.
Be back once more. Oh.
Okay, so what's happened is that I've gotten myself a drink, but just not a normal drink, it's Pepsi. Not just a normal Pepsi, I mixed tequila in it. And I think I put way too much in. Way too much. Let me... Oh, it's so fucking strong. Oh. The burning sensation is going through me. God. Whew. Oh, okay. Pepsi and tequila. Yeah, I've already started drinking at 3:42 just so I can play this game on stream. So, woo! Woo!
That's impossible without a second round.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. You're right. There will be a second round.
When?
Yay!
Why not?
The voting happens when an AB gate opens.
Happens.
They're already
It
open.
happens a lot, you know.
Right, you are. So, let me just close.
And they're closed.
The Ambidex Gate, round 2 of the Ambidex
Round
Game
2.
will be the
Fight.
Moon round. Moon cards will be required to open the gates.
Very strong. Moon cards. Doesn't that mean we can't use these cards anymore since they've got the sun in them?
Yes, indeedy. Now,
You'll have to look for cards with moons on them.
So, how many times do we play the AB game?
Oh, I'm shaking.
as many times as you need to. It's anybody's guess how long it'll go.
Anybody's.
I plan on keeping this party going.
So
I'm
it's over
probably
when
gonna
someone
throw
gets
it out
9
soon
BP.
and just freaking drink that sun.
As long as that
Because I
person
don't
doesn't
need
open
any
the number
alcohol
9
in my
door,
blood
the
to be
game goes
distracted.
on. Of course, you could also get stuck just below 9 BP, where every bunny just keeps going back and forth and back and forth. After all, if there's no bunny with 9 BP, if that happens, you'll just have to continue on to round 3, and round 4, and round 5, round 100, round 2000. You might even go all the way up to round 24,009,004,897.
Wow, that's so specific. Hey, can I ask you something?
Can you?
There's rules about who can go into the secondary doors, right? Like you have with the 3 people exactly.
So?
Well, what about the number 9 door? Are the rules the same?
There aren't any rules about how many people can go through that door. It could be 1 person, or 2 people, or even all 9 of you. There is one thing, Rosie. All that stuff about how you have to have 3 people to go through the secondary chromatic doors, maybe it's not.
What?
Well,
What do you mean?
you can open the door with just 1 or 2 people if you want.
That's not what you told us.
Well, I didn't want to make things complicated.
Then explain it now.
Just use the bracelets.
What?
There's a sort of scanner between the 2 doors. It checks to see if the right people are going through. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's scanning the people.
So, it's scanning the bracelets then?
Ding, ding, ding!
Ding, ding, ding.
As long as
because the scanner sees the right combination of bracelets? It doesn't matter how many people there are!
But wait a minute. Do these things even come off?
Yes, they do indeed.
2 ways. You better say
I
it.
take it off.
There's the first is to get through the number 9 door to see.
Yes, told you there's 2 ways. One to escape and one when your heart stops beating. AKA when you're dead.
Hey, Zero, wake up, will ya? What's the second way?
Oh, Theo. I think you already know.
What?
Do you really want to get rid of that bracelet?
Of course I do.
Oh, well, I see. It's easy. Nothing to it, really. You die.
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses.
You know what an electrocardiogram is, right? Technically,
Yes.
it's a machine that graphs the electric current flowing across the myocardium, but you probably know it as the thing in the hospital with the little light that goes beep, 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 beep. When someone dies on a TV show.
Oh my god.
That you can detect electricity that your heart makes like pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching. So, when that signal goes away...
The lock on the bracelet releases, right?
Yep. So there you go. The second way. Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off. Apart from that, there's no other way to get the bracelets off. If you try something harebrained, like trying to break them or something, you'll be disobeying the rules.
There we go.
I don't think I need to remind you what happens when you do that. Fine. But if you're lucky, you might get to see a few of them come off during the next round. Oops. I guess it's not going to be very lucky for some of you.
Next round.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Well, do I have to explain everything?
Yes.
Somebody might die during the next round of the AB game.
Really not liking this.
That's pretty clear, right?
If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Alas or Siggy. Or Fido. Or maybe Mooney. Maybe Mooney. Or maybe
He didn't say Theo. So ugh.
Why? Yeah. Why am I going to die?
I guess I can tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized. Just like when I'm pretty sure I already told.
Okay, got it. That's why.
You mean the needles in our bracelets are gonna activate and we'll die?
Siggy.
Oh, Max! Yay! Golden star, even better!
Alice and I only have 1 BP. If any of us chose Ally and got betrayed, our
love how they're
BP would
calling
drop
you
below
Siggy.
0.
What? What the hell? This is important stuff. Why didn't you tell us about this earlier?
Sorry.
Sorry's not going to cut it. I thought you were supposed to tell us the rules, not hide them.
Well,
Is there anything else you've conveniently left out? It's not fair to make people play a game without explaining all the rules.
I think
True
it's
story,
fair.
bro.
After all, it's not like anybody else knew.
True, bro. It took a moment to go over everything in my head. The AB game would continue until someone opened the number door 9. There were no rules about how many people could or couldn't pass through the number 9 door. That meant it was possible for everyone to escape. The secondary chromatic door, there we go, could be opened by any number of people so long as you had the right bracelet. The bracelet would only unlock under 2 conditions: if you left the building or if your heart stopped. If the BP hits 0, the needle in your bracelet would activate, killing you.
One last. The next set of chromatic doors you'll be going through are downstairs. You already saw them, right? There should have been 3. Red, that means that to get through, you'll need bracelets in cyan.
But wait! You've already got those bracelets! Have a look! The colors change.
Yeah, I noticed that before.
Mine's magenta too.
Me too. Hey, wait. It wasn't just the color that changed. I'm a solo now.
Looks like Clover and I are still pairs, though.
I'm a yellow pair now.
I am yellow as well, but
Then who's the yellow solo?
Me. Still a solo. Looks like I'm cyan.
I'm a cyan pair. Aren't you one too?
Yeah. Says pair, and the color's cyan.
I'm with a Clover!
When did they change?
I'm paired up with Clover!
When the AB gates close.
I noticed that. I feel smart.
Automatically! The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too. And of course, it's no rules or anything. Now,
Intensifies.
with all of that explained,
I must bid you adieu.
sadly, we may never meet again.
What?
Well, there's not really anything for me to facilitate anymore.
Sad music starts playing in the background.
You guys are good from here, right? I'll never see you guys again. Did you really think I was gonna cry?
Suckers.
As if I'd cry over you dummies.
What the? You fucking dick.
You mad? Anyway, good luck. I may be gone, but I'm always watching.
Always watching.
Again someday. Have a nice tragedy.
That's my new favorite line. Have a nice tragedy. Instead of have a nice trip. Got it.
That little piece of shit. If I could just get my hands on that little fucker, I'd squeeze him till he popped.
No, that sounds gross. I don't really want to think about that.
What happens now? We've still got a while until the chromatic doors open.
42 minutes. Yeah, it looks like about 42 minutes.
We should go and see if we can find any other exits. Maybe there's a vent or a disposal chute or something. If there's a chance Zero missed something.
I concur. There's no point in standing around. We
There
lose
really
nothing by
isn't.
looking. And if we find nothing, we can always return and go through the chromatic doors.
Let's split up. 5
pulled my
minutes
hair.
would give us a good half hour or so. Let's meet in front of the chromatic doors 5 minutes before they open. Any objections?
No. There were none. After some nods and murmurs, they split up and moved into investigating. I was the only person who stayed behind. Damn. How the hell did I end up here? Why? Why me? Try as I might, I couldn't think of anything I'd done that could land me in the Zero game. I hadn't pissed anyone off, at least not this bad. I didn't owe anybody money, and my family certainly wasn't rich. If anyone was hoping to get a fat ransom payout for me, they were going to be very disappointed. Obviously, I wasn't some kind of genius, nor was I an Olympic athlete, and I certainly hadn't been chosen by God to fulfill some great purpose on his earth. Well, at least if I was, I didn't know it yet. Had I started a fight with a frightening and mysterious new religion? No. Had I hacked into some terrorist group servers? No. Had I witnessed an assassination? No. Had I gotten wasted and had one night stand with the mistress of a God damn it. Well, yes. But it was just that one time. And she was the one who went after me. What? Anyway, I was just an ordinary college student. There was a reason I'd be abducted and put into the nonary games. I sure couldn't see it. Why was this happening to me? I thought back to what I had been doing right before I was taken. The memories were still a little blurry, but they were there. December 25th, 2028, early morning, California desert. The moon was beautiful. I just finished writing a paper due that day and was heading to my car from the research building. The parking lot was empty and a bright moon cast sharp shadows across the chilly pavement. The last time I looked at the clock, it said that it was 2 in the morning, which meant that today was Christmas Day. So why was I at school, typing away feverishly on Christmas? There were 3 reasons. First, my home computer had suddenly decided to eat shit. When I hit the power button, I just got nothing. I didn't have the time to spend all night troubleshooting the stupid thing, so I headed back to the campus to use one of the school machines. Second, the professor in charge of my research project was a Buddhist. Christmas didn't appear to have some sort of significance to him, and part of me couldn't shake the thought that he was trying to make some kind of point. Third, my girlfriend had broken up with me a week before. I'm sorry, I don't think we should see each other anymore. Goodbye. All I'd got was the one cold email. Try as I might, I couldn't even get in touch with her, because that meant I wouldn't be attending the party we'd been planned to go to. Somehow I didn't think drinking by myself around a bunch of happy couples would really be a good idea. At any rate, I'd stay up all night to finish my paper and emailed it off to my professor before the sun began to rise. As I walked across the parking lot, I felt light. Perhaps it was the relief of finishing my paper, or perhaps it was the 5 energy drinks I chugged to stay awake. Perhaps it was both. I slid into my car and stuck the key in the ignition after only 2 tries. I twisted the key. Nothing happened. Huh? I jiggled the key in the slot and tried again. And again. And again. On the 5th try, the engine made an old creaking noise like metal on metal and fell silent. God
damn it, you stupid piece of shit. I screamed and pounded on the steering wheel, but nothing worked. The console was about to get a visit from my fist when... That's a weird shot. Huh, but what? What the hell is this? Why is the car smoking? I clawed at the door, and for a moment I thought that it was just my panic and lack of sleep that were getting to me from opening it. It wasn't long before I realized the truth. Shit, open, goddammit. What was going on? My mind was racing, trying desperately to puzzle out what was happening through the haze of fear and caffeine-fueled nutrientless fires. That was when I saw it, just a glimpse of the rear-view mirror, but I was certain there was someone behind my car. I spun around as fast as a very tired college student sitting in the car. Who's there? My vision started to swim as the smoke filled the car. The more of it I inhaled, the heavier my body felt, and I could already feel the world starting to go dark. The last of my strength failed, and I collapsed sideways into the passenger seat. My eyes slowly drooped closed. Intensify. When they opened again, I was in the AB room with Fi. Why is this happening to me? I spent a few minutes wallowing in misery. I figured I deserved at least a little self-pity. But even I knew that brooding and whining wasn't going to get me anywhere. Like Hayes had said, he needed to at least try and find another way out. So I took my head, stood up straight, and headed off. Let's go to Crew Quarters. Which is pretty huge, so... Crew Quarters.
Oh, Sigma.
Well, have you found anything?
No. What about you?
I looked through 3 or 4 of the rooms in here. No secret passages so far.
I don't think we're gonna find any. Do you really think Zero Senior is that stupid?
You're probably right. A secret passageway would be a pretty serious oversight. I have a lot of choice adjectives for Zero, but I admit stupid isn't one of them.
Right?
Hey, there's something I've been wondering about. So, what exactly is the deal with the two of you? Well, you obviously know each other pretty well.
Do. We're half-sisters. Any chance you'd buy that one?
Then what do you think we are?
I didn't feel like playing games. What's headquarters supposed to mean? I heard you two talk about infirmary. In the infirmary. You said something about getting in touch with headquarters.
Alice, what should we do?
Alice laid her hands on her hips and sighed.
Clover and I are...
Okay. Where do you co-work?
We can't tell you that.
Why not? Is it some sort of secret government project that you can't talk about?
You can tell yourself that, if it makes you feel better.
Does it have something to do with Zero?
Why would you think that?
Because you seem to know more about Zero than you're letting on. The way you were talking in the infirmary, there's even a Zero. Sure sounds like you've heard of Zero before to me. And Alice, from what you two were saying, I bet you know something about Zero too. Come on, you can't hide it forever. Just tell me what's going on here.
Well, this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
Clover.
It's okay. I think we can tell him a little.
What do you mean this isn't the first time?
About a year ago, 9 people were kidnapped and forced to play a game. The rules were different,
but it was called the nonary game too. Oh, wait, I guess only 7 of them were really kidnapped. I mean, 2 of them were actually the ones behind it. No, I guess if I count the other 2, then there were 9.
That's true.
Anyway, the people behind that nonary game also called themselves Zero.
Whoa, hold on there, Clover. Can you give me some more detail? Besides, how do you even know about this?
Because I was part of it. I was one of the people who got kidnapped.
What? You mean this is your second nonary game?
It's my 3rd. The same thing happened 10 years ago.
Wait. What are you... Then that means that you have to have something to do with this.
I guess you could say that.
What do you mean, you guess? How could you not? Whoever keeps doing these nonary games must have decided they wanted you to play a third one.
I don't think so. Because the game was run by a different person both times, and the guy behind the first nonary game has already been arrested.
What about the second one? You said there were 2 people for that one?
They're still on the run, but...
Then it has to be them.
I really don't think so. Because
Why?
they already did what they were trying to do. There's no way they'd have another nonary game.
Okay. Well, that makes no sense. So, let me see if I have this straight. The nonary game has already been done twice by different people and was different for different reasons.
Well, I can't be totally sure, but...
Then, why is whoever doing this calling this the nonary game? Is it just a coincidence that they're calling themselves Zero?
I don't know.
That's not good enough. You've got to think. Clover, you're the key to figuring all of this out. But you've got to think.
I don't know. Oh, the gas mask.
The gas mask? Oh yeah, I saw it too. But what about it?
Well, somebody in a gas mask showed up and used that white smoke stuff on me. That's what happened a year ago. And that's what happened on the 22nd. Someone with a gas mask attacked Alice and me while we...
Whoa. Then it's got to be the same person.
But I don't know why they do that. I mean, they already did what they needed to do. And if it was them, then I don't know why all these other people are here. Except for me and Alice. None of you guys have anything to do with what happened a year ago, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't have anything to do with it. Are you sure you've never met any of the other people here?
Yeah, I'm sure. I know I've never met Luna, or Dio, or Tenmyoji, or Quark, or Phi, but Kay...
Right. There's no way to know who he is under that armor. And if his memory loss is real, he wouldn't know even if he had met any of us.
Unless we can get that mask off him, I can't say for sure if I've met him before or not.
Okay, keep going. What happened with the first and second nonary game? Maybe they can tell us something. Before she could respond, Alice spoke up.
Sorry, but I think that's all you're going to get.
What?
We don't have any proof that you're not Zero Senior. If you are, then she'd be telling our enemy all our secrets. I can't let that happen.
Are you an idiot? For one, I'm not Zero. Second, even if I was, I'd already know everything you're refusing to tell me. There's no reason for you to do this.
That. Maybe there's something we know that Zero Senior doesn't.
And that would be?
I said we're not telling
He's
you.
really trying.
Let's go, Clover. There's one more room we haven't visited.
Oh, okay, coming.
Hey, hold on a minute. The only word that appropriately described how they left the room would be stalked. Oh, they closed it on me? I could have followed them, sure, but it was clear I wouldn't be getting any more information out of Alice or Clover. Damn it. I kicked one of the lockers angrily, but I only rattled back at me. There wasn't anything more I could do. It was time to move on to a different room. I dug my hand into my pocket and headed off. Let's go to the lounge first. I'm going to the infirmary last because that's where the dead body is. I'm guessing Dio will be in here. I feel like Quote will be with Luna for some reason. It might be Dio and Mask Guy K. Oh my fucking god, I did not expect that. That was cool. My prediction came right.
Another dude. This place is turning into a real sausage fest.
Good to know. You love it. What are you telling me? Oh yeah, you were the one of the first people in here, weren't you?
So?
Well, did you notice anything?
Although I guess I did notice that the sofa's pretty comfortable.
Okay. How about something more useful?
The comfort level of a sofa is pretty useful.
Right.
Dio, what's this?
Total lunar eclipse.
That? What, you can't tell? It's a dirty magazine.
No, it's not. Oh, come on. It's about astronomy. Can you even read?
See? Just look at those rings on Saturn. Don't they excite you?
What? He's getting turned on by what? Oh god. I don't think I've laughed that hard in a very long time, guys. Like, that is different strokes, I guess.
It appears to be a special dedicated to the cover says the eclipse can be observed on December 31st, 2028.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess it did say something like that.
Fucking guy gets turned up by planets. Okay. Oh god. Cheers. Yes. Cheers. December 31st, huh? That's 6 days from now, right?
You mean today is December 25th?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it is. Depends on how long I was out after they hit me with that gas, I suppose.
Hey, Kay. Your team went to the crew quarters, right? Did you find anything?
Nothing of interest.
You'd better not be hiding.
There really wasn't anything helpful. At least, nothing that could help us escape. There was a book about a cat, though.
A cat? What, so now Zero Senior's a crazy cat lady? Just what the hell are we supposed to do with that tidbit?
tidbit. Well, it's more useful than how comfortable a couch is.
The sofa's comfort level is very useful. What?
I think you must have misunderstood me. This book isn't for, it's about Schrodinger's cat.
I don't really give a shit about the breed, genius. Anyway, I'm a dog person, if you couldn't...
No, it's not an issue of breed.
Okay. So it's a story about poor Mr. Schrodinger and his beloved... Don't tell me. The cat dies at the end.
It's about
Who fucking who?
I don't really give a shit about the breed, genius. Anyway, I'm a dog person.
Don't know why my
Fine,
thing
never mind.
keeps repeating. Just as I was about to open my mouth to tell Kay and I that I cared about what he found, even if Dio didn't, Luna and Phi appeared. Oh look, it's not a sausage fest anymore.
Oh, hello, Sigma.
God.
So this is where you were.
Yeah.
Did any of you find anything?
Nope. We got squat.
You were looking, though.
Maybe.
Hey, answer me.
Oh, well, I mean, we weren't wasting time. I was just asking them what they found.
Useless.
Nothing.
What about you, Sigma? You were one of the people searching the infirmary, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I'd take too long to explain. Just have a look at this. I dug the paper out of my pocket and handed it to Lena.
It looks like a piece of newspaper.
I agree. Yeah, we found it in the
headline
infirmary
says,
set.
Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure...
What? What is Radical 6?
Just read the article.
The Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. The WHO has confirmed
The WHO?
that
Who
the
is
death
it?
toll is
The
estimated
doctor.
to have
That's
passed
who.
100,000 victims. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised.
A cold silence fell over the room. For several long minutes, no one spoke. It was Kay who finally broke the spell.
Is there a chance? I mean, I certainly hope it isn't the case, but could it be that this facility is, in fact, one of the quarantine locations that clipping mentions?
Then, you're saying we're all infected with this Radical 6 virus?
I don't know. It doesn't really fit. I mean, none of us have shown any kinds of
Well,
symptoms,
I
right?
do feel a little strange. I've lost my balance a few times.
My body feels kind of weird too, now that you mention it.
Probably just because you were asleep for so long.
Are you suggesting that our incarceration here has nothing to do with this article?
Yeah, it just doesn't add up. The order's backwards. Maybe if we'd been thrown in here after this virus started spreading. But right now it looks like we were abducted before this thing turned into a pandemic. How's that make any kind of sense? Besides, you found that article in the safe, right? That means Zero Senior put it there specifically so we could find it and read it.
Why would Zero do something like that?
So that we'd think this place is a quarantine facility. So that we'd think what Zero wants us to think.
How do you mean?
This thing is just a prop. Zero's trying to freak us out. That
I'm
article's
all
a fake.
warm and fuzzy on the inside. Thanks, Tequila. Whoops, I should be reading.
Right?
Just fucking press buttons.
Lazy son of a bitch. Probably too much of a pain in the ass to fake a whole paper.
What does the other side look like?
The other side? Oh, hold on. It's black.
See? There you go. Why would a newspaper just be black on one side?
Well, perhaps there was an ad there.
An ad?
Some sort of full-page ad with a black background.
No. I bet your money an article like this wasn't front page news. It's too big of a story. And I really don't think that they put full-page ads on the back of the front page.
Exactly. Even I know that. And I can count the number of times I've read a paper on one hand. If Zero Senior really wanted to trick us, why not go all out? Only an idiot would fall for this. It's pathetic. Am I right or what?
I suppose you do have a point.
Yes, I agree.
Besides, I don't remember even hearing any news about any pandemic. If it was really killing hundreds of thousands of people, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have been
You're
in the
right.
news or
We would
something.
have heard about it.
Alright, let's have a look around, see if we can find
Good idea.
anything else. I'll be off then. What about you guys? The consensus seemed to be in the intent to remain. Okay, see you all later. With a wave, I made my way out to the exit. What's next? There was only one other room I hadn't gone to, the infirmary. This is the place I fucking love, but the kid's gonna be bad. Yes, because the kid's adorable. Hello, Quirk. I'm not sure if his name is Quirk or Quake.
Sigma.
Oh, and the old man's there.
What do you
Hidden,
want?
huh? What do you want? One, I just came by
Oh,
to check up
I
on
thought
you.
maybe you were here to kill me.
What? Why? Would I
Because
do
I betrayed
that?
you in the last AP game. I'm the reason you and Fire down to 1 BP.
Yeah, but that's hardly a
Maybe.
reason to kill you. It was clear that conversation wasn't going anywhere. I shut my mouth and looked around the room. I'm gonna get ending 1 today, by the way. At least the first ending. So, is it just you
This side
here?
of the divider, yeah.
Or whichever ending there is.
Quark's over there, having a look around. And there's... You really gonna make me say it?
Oh, the lady who was murdered, you mean? Yeah. You've been acting kind of weird ever since we found her.
Or what?
Why
Isn't
is
that
that?
normal? We found a dead body. Who the hell doesn't get a little free? What ain't normal is all of you just running around like nothing. Hell, some of you probably don't even remember she's in here.
That's just because we've got a lot of other stuff to think about. Can you blame them for being a little single-minded? They're trying to escape from a gang that just made it clear it was no problem
just
to
trying to
kill them.
survive, huh? Then don't you think we
Yeah.
ought to figure out who killed her first?
What does that have to do with
You
anything?
don't think, but I'll bet you a pound of neodymium. The bastard who grabbed us is the same. Who else could it be?
If Sarah is one of us, then you're saying one of us murdered the old lady. You saw it too, right? The person in the gas mask. Did you notice anything?
Not really. The gas made pretty short work of me. Me and Quark.
What? You and Quirk were grabbed together?
Yeah, we were.
Is he your
So what if he is?
grandson?
Why do you want to know? That doesn't have anything to do with what's going on here.
But what if it does? Maybe it shed some light
I'm
on
pretty
something
sure
else.
it won't.
Why's that?
Nothing to do with this.
So it gets something to do with you then?
What is it, goddammit? What do you want? Why don't you just leave me alone?
Because you're
What?
suspicious.
There's nothing suspicious about me.
Alright, tell me this then. When and where did Zero Senior
Forgive me if I
adopt
don't
you?
feel like spilling my guts to a guy who probably hates him right
Alright, fine. I'll just ask Quirk.
Hey,
Quirk.
stop it. Quark, don't tell him a damn thing!
Whoa, you're getting more suspicious by the minute. I started towards the portion as I spoke, with the intent of finding Quirk. I found him as I rounded the divider, but... What?
What?
Quirk!
Move!
With a yell, he shoved me away and ran to the boy's
Quark,
side.
what's wrong? Say something!
Temoji shook the boy's body. Is he breathing?
Yeah, he's breathing.
Then
I
he
don't
just
know.
passed out.
Look, that doesn't matter. Just go find that. She said she was a doctor. Quark needs a doctor.
Right. Hang on. I'll be right back. She was probably still in the lounge. I spun around and ran off. The whole process took only a few minutes. The machine scanned Quirk's body, and within seconds his results lit up the screen. Words too complicated for me to understand scrolling across it, and as she read them, Luna's face grew dark. She bit her lip and just stood there for a moment, looking down at Quirk as she...
Well, I know what's wrong with him. I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Oh no.
I felt my stomach lurch.
Yes.
Don't tell me.
He's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
No, not little Quirk. By then, everyone had pushed their way into the infirmary and gathered around Quirk's bed. Kay beckoned to Alice and Clover. Have you heard of this virus? Radical 6, I mean.
They have. I told them about it before we went to the lounge.
What? No. No, that Quark can't be... There must be something we can do. How can we cure him?
Well,
there's no
the
cure.
Atom says that there's an antiviral serum called Accelavir.
Oh, yeah, there is.
It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should...
Where is it?
Was there none in the infirmary?
Sigma, Tenmyoji, and I looked everywhere. We didn't find anything.
We didn't find anything like that in the crew.
No luck in the lab.
Oh God, then he's...
Tenmyoji's voice broke as he spoke. With a tortured sigh, he collapsed on his knees.
Quark?
Quark! Oh, thank God, you're awake!
Get away from me!
What?
Sure, I can't.
After what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to.
But how?
Like...
Quark's hand moved like lightning. He grabbed hold of the scalpel and was driving it straight towards his heart. Stop!
No! Let go!
No!
Let go of me!
Pretty tough for a kid. Hey guys, I could use a hand here.
Right.
On it.
Me too.
Stop it! Let go of me, you...
Tenmyoji, what the hell are you doing? Get over here. Tenmyoji, can you even hear me?
Right.
Damn you, bastard! Why won't you let me... I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul! Once my body's gone, my soul can escape! Please! You have to let me go! Let me go! I'm trapped here! Let me die! I have to die! Kill me!
No.
Somebody! Anybody! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me!
420 was it? Jesus, the kids lost it. Hey, somebody get the scalpel away from him.
I've got it!
Good job, Clever. Quirk barely even seemed to notice the loss of the scalpel. He continued to scream and wither as he was possessed. What are we going to do? We gotta calm him down.
Yes?
Are there any tranquilizers in here?
No. Well, I mean...
What?
There's Soparil Beta.
Soparil?
That's the anesthetic. The one that's in our bracelets.
Good, perfect. Hit him with some of that.
What?
He'll be fine. It's just an anesthetic, Tenmyoji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But...
Just hurry up and do it! Come on, Luna!
Okay, let me just...
Little kid.
Okay, I've got it.
Good. Wait until he's... Now! Do it now!
Right.
No! Stop! Stop!
Who's the kid partnering up with again?
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves. According to these readings, he's in a very deep...
Alright, guess we're good for
Yes.
now.
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
He shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a...
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength that...
Yeah? How do you know?
Huh? Oh, well...
How much do you know about this Radical 6?
Not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article Sigma showed me.
better not be lying.
Why would I lie about that? I've seen other viruses that do the same thing. I was just making a guess. So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of radical sick? Yes, at least I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6? I pulled the newspaper article out of my pocket and looked at it again. Everyone else crowded around.
Look at this last line. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised.
Are you saying this is some kind of quarantine zone?
I already explained this.
Why not?
Dio ran through what he told the rest of us in the lounge.
Then you're saying the newspaper article...
But the virus is clearly That Adam machine told us he was infected with Radical 6.
So, do you know how that thing works? I bet there's 1,000 ways to hack it. Zero Senior probably just programmed it so that it would spit out whatever he wanted. Besides, there was something Sigma mentioned.
Dio... Oh,
have any of you guys
he's
heard anything about
annoying.
any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no. But...
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
What?
What did you say?
Whoa, Alice, what the hell?
As much as I would
Explain.
love to. I'm sorry. Time's up. Hit the buttons on your bracelet.
Shit. 5
And we
minutes.
only have 5 minutes until the chromatic doors open downstairs.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but I'd really need more than 5 minutes to explain this.
As if you'd tell us even if it
Or would
was
I?
time, right?
Who knows?
Fine, we'll deal with this later. Right now, we need to get to the elevator and head down to floor B.
What are we going to do about Quark?
I'll carry him.
Are you sure?
I can't just leave the boy here. Besides, if we don't have Quark's bracelet, there'll be one team who can't open their secondary door. If that happens.
They'll get penalized.
Exactly.
Penalized, huh?
Very well then. I will carry Quark. I will be able to move much faster than Tenmyoji.
You make a good point. Look, are you sure about this? Can I trust you?
You have nothing to worry about.
Fine, just...
Of course.
All right, let's go. We're running out of time, people. Move!
Being assessed. As Spy's command, we all began to run. Sophia phase. I'm getting so confused. The door opened and we spread out into the warehouse. Elevator down. That's a weird looking elevator.
Chromatic doors have 5 minutes remaining until...
They're open. We need to hurry. Who's going to go in with...
What are
We're
our
almost out of time.
options?
Pay attention. We've only got time to do this once. Just like before, there are only 3 possible...
The options Spy laid out for us were the following. Clover and I, Magenta, pair up with Tomoji Crayon to go into the blue door. Lena and Vi, Crayon, pair up with Dio, Yellow, to go to the green door. And Kay and Alice, Yellow, pair up with Quark, Magenta, to go through the red door. Option B. Clover and I, Magenta, go with Dio, Yellow, through the red door. Oh, we have to go with Dio. Lena and Vi, Cyan. I said Crayon, didn't I, before? Pair up with Quark, Magenta, to go through the blue door. So who's gonna fucking carry him if it's 2 of the girls? Kay and Alice, Yellow, pair up with Temyoji, Cyan, to go through the green door. Or, option C, Clover and I, Magenta, pair up with Quark, Magenta, to go through the green door. Luna and Vi, Cyan, pair up with Temyoji, Cyan, to go through the red door. Kay and Alice, Yellow, pair up with Dio, Yellow, to go through the blue door.
3 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
So, how do we want to pair?
I think the people who have the greatest disadvantage should get to choose. The people who have 1 BP.
So you, Phi, Luna, and Sigma?
Yes, exactly.
All right, then. Who do you want to go with, Alice?
Anyone but Dio. I'd rather die than get paired up with that prick. Just anyone but him.
Damn. That's a lot of hate.
What did you expect? You betrayed me.
Hey, I told you all. That was
I don't believe you.
What? You're telling me you trust him more than me? Anybody other than Dio could mean Quark, you know. You willing to pair up with him?
He's asleep. I don't really think I need to worry about you.
I glanced over at Quirk. He looked tiny, cradled in Kay's arms, fast asleep. If I didn't know better, I think he would just be a kid who tired himself out from playing too hard.
All right, bye. Who do you want to go with?
Anyone other than Tenmyoji is fine. My reasoning is the same as Alice's. He betrayed me last time.
I guess that's fair.
If we want to honor Alice and Phi's requests, then we can go with any option besides C. So, A?
Hold on. We've got 2 other people with 1 BP. How about you, Luna?
I don't really have a preference. Clover and Kay did betray me last time.
They're both pairs now, though. And since you're a pair too, there's no way you would end up going through the same door.
Yeah.
All right, then, Sigma. How about you?
Let's see. Clover and I were a pair. That meant that I had to choose one of 3 solos. Go through the blue door with Tomo. We're not going with him again. Go through the red door with Theo. As much as I don't want to, I plan to go through the red door anyway. Go through the green door with Theo. I'll take Theo. That means the red door for us.
Betting on the dark horse, huh? Feels kind of weird to say that about myself. Anyway, might as well be polite. Thank you.
No problem. Are you okay with that, Clover?
I don't really trust him. If Alice really wants to go with option B...
Yes, this works fine. Kay, Tenmyoji, and I will take the green door. It's not great, but it's better than Dio. I'm good.
Well, I'm willing to do option B. Quark should be fine if he's with Luna.
Okay, I'll take good care of him.
What about fighting
No problems
Kay?
here. I'll take Quark and Luna and we'll do the blue door.
I also approve of option B. I will take the green door.
Yeah, good. Looks like we're all set. Kay nodded and handed Quirk gently to Luna.
10 seconds.
God! Come on, guys, hurry. The door's already closing.
I know!
I'm just happy I'm with Clover, okay? With seconds to spare, we leapt across the threshold. Threshold.
0. Chromatic doors closing.
Oh. Slow it down, blow, 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 blow. What is this? There's 3 different doors.
Which one do we take?
Dunno, but it looks like they're all locked.
So this is a dead end?
Yeah, most likely. No, hold on. What's this
Well, it's
thing?
got a lever on it.
Don't get too attached. It's probably a lever.
Are you serious?
Pretty good, huh? Am I great or what? Huh?
Don't get attached to it. It's probably a lever. Fuck! God damn it, girl. You got to.
Sigma, is this chick simple or something?
I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just take it easy with her, okay?
Hey! What kind of a gentleman has a secret conversation in front of a lady? I guess it can't be
True.
helped, though. You boys just secrete secret. Oh man,
Give her a smack.
I wouldn't do that. What if it only makes it worse?
Well, I think that's enough genius come. How about we throw that lever?
I thought you should stay away from
you
it.
don't really think anything bad's gonna happen if you pull it, do you? Besides, it's not like we can go back.
Fine.
She fucking gets that comedy from Junpei.
I'll do it. Ready? Here.
Open sesame. Huh? The center one opens.
Looks like the others are still locked.
Through the center one then. Forward!
Forward! Without waiting for a response, Clover marched through the door. Dio and I shared a glance, shook our heads, and followed. Bing, 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 bing. The laboratory! What is this place?
Well, it said laboratory on the door, didn't it? I figure that means they're dissecting frogs or building mine rays or something.
A laboratory, huh?
Do you think they might research stuff like viruses here? If they do...
Good idea. We might be able to find that.
If we do, we can cure Quark.
You really think it'll be that easy?
Well, somebody's a positive thinker.
Just saying. This place hasn't exactly been set up for us to succeed so far.
Well, we won't know until we look. So let's get started. Is this going to be a first thing for the day? Yes! Think a way out! A way out.
Set up for us to succeed so far.
Well, there's the save. See? Is that a miniature TV? It's black. There's nothing going on there. This, a microscope? I tried looking into the eyepiece, but it's pitch black in there. Well, there's these 4 holes in the top of it. Maybe we need to stick something in it. Good idea. These look like something that might be specimen. Maybe, but there's nothing in them right now. Some beakers. Looks like they're empty. We probably won't need them now. Go on, go on. Oh! Did you say frog? Cyanide solution. This is cyanide solution. What the hell, Clover? What is a healthy poison or something? You worry too much. I just pretend to drink it. Then how do you know it's cyanide solution? It says on the side of the lid. Look, it's Lord Hoppigan! Going to give it a name. Aww, it looks like he's dead. Yeah, he's probably been cooked up. I think the liquid inside is ethanol. How do you know? That smell. Really? Yeah, it smells like disinfectant, right? And besides, scientists preserve stuff in ethanol all the time. More seeds. Ooh. A bunch. Looks like there's 2 pieces of paper in here. Yeah, let's see here. Hydroponic Research 1 and 2. You have found Hydroponic Research 1 and 2 achievements. The binder. There's some paper inside. Let me see it. Says step in disinfecting a frog. I should do that. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so here's the flowchart, everyone. It is huge. Oh, God. Oh, wow. It's good to know to get a good ending. You need to go get a really detailed ending. You need to pick a separate door. Oh god. That's interesting. I'm going around this path. So it's close, but it's too close. Oh. Oh. You know these hydroponic research things that we just found? I think it said something about preparing different hydroponic fluids and how they each had a different colour. Do you think it's talking about these? Probably. Man. Maybe we put it in the middle, huh? Let's try this. After turning the correct lever, put down the level. Okay. So that's 3, that's 80. So I think it's supposed to be like 20, 30, 30, 50, 30. Okay, if I do my math, that's 100, and that's 160. Let's do 80, 100, 120, 160. So I feel like I'm correct. Now, it's fully there. Oh no, and that one needs to go halfway. That's 20. This one where it's just like, pink. Halfway to that room, and that goes probably in there. And that partly goes in there, that partly goes in there. Okay. Maybe let's try it. Let's try it! Fail. Oh. Oh. Let's go back and come again later. There's more seeds. A binder. There's some paper inside of it. It says DNA extract instructions. If you open it up, it looks like a blender or something. I don't think it's cooking though. Maybe it's scientific experiment, blah blah blah, you know, scientific stuff. Let's get back. Ooh, is that a scalpel? Oh, scalpel. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some kind of what's this? There's a breeze. I can feel it right here. Is that a poem? No, I'm saying that there's wind blowing through here. Ah, let me explain. This is a fume hood, otherwise known as a fume cupboard. It's used when handled especially for chemicals. There's a fan or pump in the ceiling that creates constant suction, throwing any poisonous fumes up and away. So that's why it feels like there's a breeze. So that's it. So if you fart or something, not a big deal. You bring new meaning to the concept of idiocy. I can love her. That's all we're trying to get out of. Let's try. That's a drain now. Huh? Why did they get the sticky here? That's a drain! What's wrong with you? Alright, I think you've got the frog here. Planning to take it out on you soon? You should probably pour the ethanol down the drain first. Okay, I'll just pour the froggy ethanol into the drain. And set the frog over here. This tank collects liquid waste. The ethanol I poured down the drain sticks in it. It's a little big, but I have a feeling we should take it. Yeah, okay. And then I'm guessing with that ethanol we're gonna use over here. Because they need stuff in there. The stuff in these 5 beakers appear to be undilated hydrogen fluid. Apparently I need to dilate it with water. Okay, probably not, but dilate it with the water. And what am I supposed to do? I don't know. Wait, we have a scalpel. Usually do that in surgery. So, I wonder if that's got something to do with the frog. I mean, it's in such a position. Sigma, what are you going to do with the scalpel? Are you going to cut Lord Hopkinton, supposedly? Well, I don't have any choice, do I? But poor Lord Hopkinton! What are you freaking out about? It's dead. That's not the point. It's still sad. Yeah, it is kind of sad. Oh, for the love of... The frog is dead. It is an ex-frog. Ugh, fine. I'll do it. Hey, well, I guess that saves me the trouble. Huh? Something came out of its stomach. A blue capsule. Okay. Small capsule, half of it is blue. It's some sort of metal. That's cool. Try this again. Okay, so this is then it's I feel like that will work. Oh, that was super easy. We've poured water into the beacons and all of the light is green. You did it! Oi, we did it! So... Maybe now we put this in it? Hey, do you remember the hydrant seeds you found? Didn't it say something about preparing 5 types of seeds? We got them all, right? Yeah. So do the seeds first before putting them in? Okay. The beacon contains each seed requires a particular kind of culture. Place each seed in the approximate beaker. Press X to grab the seed and then place it on top of another seed. Switch. I need to, before we do it, maybe this is all something. Yeah, I'm actually trying to get to it. Anime girl. Let's track it, I'm sorry. Here we go. Preparation of hydronic fluid and seed. Prepare 1. Prepare 5 different hydraulic fluids. Fill it with ratio 1 part fluid, 10 part water. It's good. Prepare 2. 5 types of seeds. 2 long seeds, 3 round seeds. Research has shown that there is a distinct and repeatable relationship between fluid use and the type of seed. These relationships can be characterized in the following manner. The long seeds fail to germinate in 3 of the fluids. Okay. Round seeds in fluid B, yellow, and fluid D failed to germinate. So, none of the marked seeds germinated and put. You know what? I'm going to take a photo of this or write it down. One or the other. Done. Non-marked seeds failed to germinate in fluid A, red, or fluid B. When the striped seeds were in fluid D, clear, and fluid E, blue, only one of them failed to germinate. Let's try this again. So, okay, I got it. That's how it was. No, that should go there. I've marked this all down. So, this one can go there or there. Change this one to here. Do that one to there. Oh, 2 up, 2 up. Yay! P-E-R-S-E-C-T. Totally did on first try, man. First try. Quiet, you two. Look at this. Oh, another thing. Red cap. Now I got 4 of them. What do I do with those capsules? I have no clue. Gotta do something with over here, right? Press down.
Now, these go for the bigger job, so if I use this... will it do anything? Next, see my instructions. Place plant material in designated blender and activate blender. Once the material has been thoroughly broken down, add in a solution of saline water. The liquid will be filtered and drip down into a beaker. Once it is done so, pour the ethanol into the water. I need this first. Alright, I'll just pour in the solution here. There's a funnel around the beaker. Filtered liquid comes down eventually. Oh, it's yellow. Okay, looking good. And then maybe this. Alright, next I need to pour the ethanol into the beaker. Then... I guess this should do. And then... Alright, I'm gonna dip this into the cup. Awesome, you got it! Yay, yellow capsule got one more. One more. I missed that. I must have missed that. But that makes sense. Use the root of this plant which will make a green color. Thank you. I guess I should do it menu. Yes. Now. Sigma. Can I go back? Damn it, that was pretty hard. Yeah, I can probably do it, but I don't want to do that. Can I take... Blue? Look, things change. What's going on? You put the yellow capsule in, right? I think it reacts to that. Why? I don't know. Thinking what? Well,
get the acid. Okay, and have this one like pizza. Whoa! Oh, that scared me! I didn't expect to get it, okay? I'm trying to remember what the first one. It's like Star Moon or something. Oh, okay. That's annoying. Radical 6 infected spreads to used to elude authority. The Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire I don't know. What was the secret password again? No, but I got the secret password and I can't remember it. Oh my god, why didn't I do it first? Now I'm just like looking it up other YouTubers who have gotten it because I just need the code at the end. I forgot what the code at the end looks like. Let's hope they have it. Oh, okay, I think I might have found it. No? Maybe it's moon star. No, maybe it's different every single time and that's why they can't show it. Yeah, here's this moon star. Okay, it is different for everyone. So make sure you can't cheat. Oh. Dust dumping. Complete. Is that the escape? Oh shit, I made a mistake, It's good to know that now. Ooh. I'm so tempted to start again just so I can try and get all of the gold endings. Like all of the gold files. Because that would change the story all up. It'll be alright. And there's a syringe. Oh no, it's a key. Cool, I can go back and get it. Sun, moon, star. What? Sun, moon, star. Yeah, I'm doing that. What the hell is this? Oh, but it was... Sun, moon. There we go. I'm an idiot. I'm officially an idiot. There we go. The gold file. Awesome. The suspense was killing me. Let's look at that gold file. Here we go. Jumpy doll. It sounds like someone's named a doll Jumpy, but why? Sorry. The facility has 2 stories. The top floor is referred to as floor A and the bottom floor is known as floor B. The A and B supposedly stand for above and below. There's a rumor that the floor was actually named after a particular Swedish pop rock group from the 70s, but everyone involved in this project has insisted that lie. When the body is infected with radical 6, the process speed of the brain is reduced. If you assume the brain currently operates at 1:1 basis with regards of time, radical 6 reduces it to 1 root of 1/6. Or approximately 0.408. This means that for each second passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or root 6 seconds, have passed outside. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Oh, because of root 6. Got it. That's cool. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempts to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of the virus. Research suggests that the targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6. But thus far, we have been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with natural immune of the virus. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud had been gone over the sun. Every day I see more crows and rats and everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy looking creature are stray cats, who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelter. I don't know how many have survived, saved, but I fear only a handful. Oh Lord, please let their future be a bright one. This is sent to the Journal of Space Constant. Some sections have been cut out. Don't you think his hat looks kind of weird? There's that huge band that just wraps around his head. Is he hiding a pair of virgin ears? Or maybe he's just a young lobbit? Well, this is just between you and me. But he's got missiles in there. The sides of his hats are hiding those pods, like you see a helicopter or a SAM-site, except the missiles are tiny, and when he gets into trouble, both sides of the hat opens up and they go flying out, all like, psh, this is totally Zero. Just kidding, actually, he just keeps snacks in there. An antiviral medication made of counter Radical 6. More specifically, it's an antibody with a natural resistance to a virus. It was found at the extract of an individual in 2038 and then replicated using the IG replicator. An axillevir injection is the only known way to fight the Radical 6 infection. That's the door we came through. Whoops. Whee! Go through that one. There's a steel door with the bottle across the door. I can't open it. That's the door we need to go out of. Lock for the door. Right now it says locked. You guys ready? Yeah, let's do it. Just get it over with. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. You found it. You did it.
Hey, hold on a minute. There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things. Well, one of them's not really significant.
Huh?
First off, we didn't even end up using this thing, did we? I was just wondering what it was.
Well, I'm not sure how it's supposed to answer that. How it's supposed to answer that. Look at the side here. There's a name or something. IG replicator.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of...
So it's a copy machine.
Probably copies... Who knows? Ice cream but...
Of course, this machine must be here so you can make all ice cream we want. Are you nuts? You're one idiotic girl, you know that? In other words, an
one.
Hey, this isn't the time for stupid jokes. There's a helpless child back there in the infirmary.
He was right, of course. I hung my head in shame.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine, right?
I don't know!
That's right.
It copies.
Makes sense.
It copies. If you use it on
the
him,
second issue.
other people are going to get the disease too.
Sigma, you
And
found a
then
journal
all of
and
them
some
are
sort of
going to
vial in
die.
the safe,
So,
right?
what you need to do is copy the thing and make sure that every single person
vial.
has
Could you
one
show it to me again?
with them at all
I didn't
times.
really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close. Like, was it really Accelavir?
Yeah, definitely. As I spoke, I pulled out the vial out of my pocket. See, it's written right there on the label. Accelavir.
You really are an idiot. Although I guess in this case, the G in IG stands for guy.
What? I don't. The words were barely out of my mouth and he moved. What is he doing? Before I could blink, the vial disappeared from my hand. Hey!
What are you doing?
Dio slipped the vial quickly into his coat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll
What?
even give it back to you later.
What? Dio? No,
I don't
not
think
later.
so.
Give it back
If you
now.
want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
And what is that
Request?
request?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, then you have to choose ally.
Ally? Wait.
That's
that way-
horrible. You're using Quark's life as leverage.
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
No, we're not doing what you say. I didn't realize until they started to hurt that I curled my hands into a fist. If Dio would only give me an opening.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll...
He patted his pocket gently.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Accelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the...
It's not fair.
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. So, what are you ready to promise me you'll...
Fine.
Sigma!
I promise.
Oh, I knew you'd
Fuck
say it
you,
eventually.
Dio. I never liked you and JoJo
Glad you
anyway.
understand how this works.
I hate you.
But don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and...
Screenplay AU is on Twitch right now.
See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
I'm probably gonna go off scene anyway.
Are you really going to do what he said? Sigma,
Yeah.
you've only got one beep if we choose ally, and he chooses betray.
I know. I'll drop to -1, and that
That
means I
means-
get penalized. Look, it's not like I want to do all right. If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine. If he does that, then Quake will.
So you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
Because I'm a kind fella. In all honesty, I was terrified. My choice was far from foregone conclusion. Well, we should get back to the upper floor. Everybody else is probably finished already. I bet they're waiting for us. I didn't wait for Clover's response. RIP me. RIP me. Oh god. RIP to Stick Me. Stick Me. RIP. It's so sad. He doesn't deserve to go, okay? What am I doing?
Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain.
Sorry, I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
Theo. In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran, gambling, grinning and sliding it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose. I don't know about you. I'm really looking forward to the next one.
I glanced around the warehouse. Alice and Kay were back. This was 5. And of course Clover. Where's Tomoji and the rest of them?
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
How's he doing?
I see.
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know.
No change then, huh?
So what was your room, Signal?
A laboratory.
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelavir?
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass.
I'm gonna be dead, guys. My eyes flickered to Dio for a moment. No, nothing. Besides me, Clover bit her lip.
I see.
So, how'd it go with you? Find anything interesting? Vi only shook her head. With a unison of movement that almost looked choreographed, Alice and Kay shrugged.
Where does that leave us? We've still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice, Kay, and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelavir hidden somewhere in there.
What a bastard.
Then I shall take you there.
What about you two? Where are you going?
Well, I'll start by heading over to the infirmary to see how Clark's doing.
Then I will too.
Glad that's settled.
She nodded to Clover and they disappeared through the magenta door. Dio and Kay followed a few steps behind. Okay then, guess we should
Hold
be
on.
going to...
Show me that journal first. Dio told me about it. You wouldn't tell me anything about the lab, except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of... You said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
Yeah. 1 second. I dug the journal out of my pocket and handed it to Vi. She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
Latin.
Latin? You mean you can read it?
With time and a dictionary.
So, in other words, no.
Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind of research log. It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it. Mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen.
Vi started to leaf through the book again as she spoke. Then suddenly she stopped.
I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes.
What?
Don't rush me. This is gonna take a minute. Interesting. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
What?
Not
Why
sure.
are they talking about
Let me
that?
read it to you. Keep in mind
When the body is infected with Radical 6, the process speeds as the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a one-on-one basis, then regarding... I've already read this. It means... Can I read Latin? I already knew that! Oh, yes! Radical is another term for what is also known as root operations. The function inverts to taking in the power. In a less mathical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide, yeah. Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving and fast Peter, yada yada yada. I've already read this. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-da-dum. Given my current rate of progress, I predict that I will have a workable treatment within the decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading the entire area reeks of the decay. Every day I see these crows and rats are everywhere, feeding on the dead, blah blah blah. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Well, that's a lot of information. Now, we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by root of 1/6. That's what, about 40%.
The important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful...
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Kirk was, well, trying to kill himself.
There are two other things in here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they haven't found one when the journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there is a drug called Elixir that cures it.
But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Hold on a second, I'm getting confused. When was this thing even
December
written?
29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought this. What if this was one of those? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters, which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but...
But Quirk's been infected,
and maybe the virus
right?
got in somehow.
That would be bad.
Just think about it for a minute. If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years. Maybe even while we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up.
It's all just speculation.
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we are all captured before the pandemic started, right? And how would they put us to sleep for that long? How would they even have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the nonary game if the point of the place is to save us? Throwing a brunch. Let's throw a brunch. Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from the pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
We don't have enough information to make any real... I think we should see if we can find...
Fi had barely finished speaking before she took off to the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary?
Changed my
with me?
mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
And with that... she was gone. Man... I let out a long-tired sigh and stared off towards the infirmary. How's he doing?
To be stable.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
I made my way around the position to the side of Quirk's bed. The journal and the thing that Fi and I were talking about would definitely need to be addressed. But for the moment, the AB game was what I need to concentrate on. Lives were at stake, mine and Quirk's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quirk would go insane again. What if we were able to restrain him for a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetic him forever. There was only one way to save Quirk, and that was the accelerate. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did that, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was, then what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quirk, or keep quiet after danger he was in myself? It was so faint I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I even consider letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quirk die, even for a minute, was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quirk to die. His hand tightened into a fist as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty he felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed.
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like...
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see?
Very sweet of you.
Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room, my vote's the same either way.
Temioji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Okay.
Let's go. Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Temioji and Quirk behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey,
take a look at the doors.
They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one at the far right was open.
And that would mean...
that he went in, I guess. That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Alexander from him by force, so he'd hid himself in the AB room. What a coward. I'd made up my mind to choose Ally no matter what, but part of me is still considering trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he's made sure I wouldn't get a chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Luna explained Temioji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking betray.
Right. What will you guys be choosing?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6,
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes ally, I can't. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly towards AB room, and he simply hadn't heard by. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds after they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot towards the second room from the right, and were soon out of sight inside it. All right, Clover. Time for us to go.
Okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed towards the leftmost AB room.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. Go and choose ally.
You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick
Do you
betray.
really think a jerk like that is going to choose ally if he doesn't have to? No. No, he's got 6 BP right now. If he picks betray, then he'll have 9 points.
Well, what about you? You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chooses ally and we choose betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't... I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is ally. It's the only choice we have to get the medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelavir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I'll be pushing that.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran towards the voting machine. No, stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backwards with all of my strength.
Ow!
Sorry, guess that was a little too hard, huh?
What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
You're gonna die! Dio's going to kill you! You can't do this!
Aww.
10 seconds remain.
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her the best reassuring nod, turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
I'm really tempted to press betray because it's like, I know he won't ally, but I don't know. If I press B, what happens? What ending do I get? I don't know. I'm just gonna try.
Round 2.
I'm gonna die.
Results
R.I.P.
will
me.
be displayed in the warehouse.
Hello, Pethin.
Thank you for your participation. Ambidex
This
gates
is too
now
heartbreaking.
open.
I had to. Clara and I stepped out of the AB room. Dot, 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 dot. Intensify. Dot, dot, dot. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed towards the results screen.
Sigma.
Yeah. I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than I whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Oh. I'm dead. R.I.P. me! Wait, K.L.S. They pressed betray?
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex
Why did they
game
press betray?
will now be displayed.
K! Oh my god, what the fuck?
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
I'm dead.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. It was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic FUUUREAL. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble and then gave out entirely as I crumbled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it. You'll keep your promise, god damn it. I groaned with a Herculean effect lifted in my head, and then my sluggish body was off the ground. Every step was a battle, and whatever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow, I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last, the smug of color faded into recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Back. Don't act like it's yours. Are we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found Alex Thervie in the laboratory.
Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now, you. I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Why do I keep saying it? It could be Axlavir. I'm just going to call it Axlavir because it's easier to say. If he didn't, then I'd die, and my hands around with his. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gather as much of my mind. Yeah, I said that right. Sorry. Let me read this all again. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much as my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it towards me. I caught it and pulled the tiny bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said unmistakably Axlavir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out towards her.
Right, of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at last, work will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma, are you okay? Sigma!
I guess.
First, is this FUUUREAL? Which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tuberculin is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
9 minutes. Once the FUUUREAL was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscles relaxant followed in. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. 5. Whoops, I skipped that pretty fast. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a rasped, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma, you can do this. Clinging desperately to what little conscience I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Helplessness is in a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. There we go. To be continued. I'm surprised that I've been going for 2 hours. Like, that's hard for me to do. Now I'm gonna save it. Just give me a second. I definitely have to save it. There we go. So I got to this path, which is still locked, but I think you can unlock it. God. It's like I don't know where to go. I think that's going to be the end of my stream tonight. I'm just so annoyed with that ending. You think I would still continue, but I do have tomorrow and I do have Thursday and I do have Friday. So I still have 3 more days. So thank you to the 2 people watching. Thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Now, enjoy your life, magical people. Bye bye.